Organic versus conventional food and farming practices, as the debate is ongoing, and there's a range of emotions. The thing to question is whether these emotions are based on reality, coming from choice, force, or deception. The choice is clear if you ask people, and that is natural. The results are different in what they use, and that is GMO. The same principle applies to grass versus corn-fed beef, steroid-bloated chickens to organic, and so on. In every case, organic trumps the other stuff every time. Yet, the majority of the population eats unnatural in what is essentially a roll-of-the-dice scenario, given the fact that most have never read a scientific report on the matter. So now that it is established natural is the preferred food, it is up to GMO to prove their approach to farming and food is safe, the best they can for those who enjoy researching the scientific manipulation of their food. If you have seen the fierce debates on various YouTube channels, you see a black hole that sucks in various links to studies, proving I'm too hungry to read all this stuff. It's not worth it to debate angry scientists about anything, and instead focus on yourself so their manipulation of the rules is no longer relevant. And it is the tactics of the GMO companies that are most bothersome. They've leveraged the government every step of the way, starting with patents involving seeds, animals, and seemingly everything we like to eat. GMO occupies roughly 70% of our supermarket shelves. The good part is that we can empower ourselves to eat organic all the time. Networking with local farmers and fresh markets is one approach. The best is to grow your own garden or help others get this going. If enough people start doing this who care about eating awesome food, the market will shift to compete with the homesteading marketplace, which will not be the traditional marketplace if a great enough percentage of people participate. That is the answer, not leveraging the state to get our way through GMO labeling. The thought of having GMO labeling required would be a victory given the current labeling practices, which is mostly non-existent. The responsibility, if you're serious about being all natural, is on you to decentralize. It may be inconvenient to get going, but you'll be better overall in mind, body, and spirit. No, I don't have a study to back me up. There were several articles out recently baiting anti-GMO bloggers. Like Jeremy said at Mr. Delicious, there was chum everywhere. The best way to deal with pro-GMO penny pinchers is to grow some food and give it to them. The best way to deal with the university folk or scientists with an agenda is to ignore them and their food. Jeremy goes on to say, the problem started when the media grabbed a hold of it, knowing this could be spun into a controversial topic, and a frenzy ensued. Headlines read, Stanford scientists cast doubt on advantages of organic meat and produce from the New York Times, and organic food, no healthier than non-organic, study from Reuters. Really, Reuters, is that the most accurate way to depict the findings? Following the media reaction, as always, is the social media overreaction. First came a million I told you so tweets from the curious anti-organic camp. Dozens of foolish strawman arguments have been popping up on the internet recently to purport this as the silver bullet that killed the organic movement. Their approach is to poorly refute an argument that we never made and then call us hippies. He then goes on to conclude, many of us find it hard to believe or even a bit arrogant that the claim that science has an exhaustive understanding of the effects all of the chemicals have in our lives. Each generation looks at the last in disbelief. How could they not have known better? What will the next generation think about this? The conclusion here is that there is no conclusion. I really don't believe these scientists did anything wrong, and we're only furthering our understanding of important issues. So don't kill the scientists. We might need them. By their own admission, there is still much to study, and the debate will go on. So that was from Jeremy. Now, there is a bothersome inconvenience in trying to study the science, which can be avoided by going all natural. All these scientific journals can be debated by the people shopping at Walmart stuffing their faces with Kellogg's cereal. As Jeremy states, there is no conclusion. If you want change, it is up to you to make it happen. If GMO is not the way to go, then take action. Nobody will do it for you. Real change is a change in the way of life. Waiting for one monopoly to fix another monopoly is the lazy approach. What steps are you taking to take action? We know they can't be trusted, so it will be reported on, but we must do so knowing words without action are meaningless.